Good afternoon.
How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. How's did you see Australia in the soccer?
I did, man. Yeah, it was
Not too good.
it's a pretty boring match.
It was.
Yeah.
And then they were all excited they qualified. I was like,
Yeah.
it was like they, did a good feat, but they got there, I suppose.
Look, I mean, to their defence, they probably just wanted the draw. Like, they didn't want to risk losing. Because I think if they risked losing, they still could have got in on third position.
Yes.
Potentially. But it was a bit of a gamble because it would have depended on all the other games. So I think in terms of, like, tactics, they obviously went to defend, like, a draw. And if they scored, but they didn't go all out attack. So credit to them. They made it. They're in the qualifiers for the third time ever, which is pretty cool. We get to verse
Egypt.
Did you see the Iran-Egypt game, by the way?
I saw the last fumble.
They got the goal taken off them in the 91st or second minute, and it was offside.
It was just like, it wasn't even toe over. Like, it was like nothing. It was nothing.
It's crazy. It's happened a couple of times now. But anyway, it's been entertaining. Bit of a circus.
bit of a distraction.
Bit of a distraction, yeah, of course, from all the truth. But how's things in Oz? What are you seeing?
Look, all the stuff that had to go through for the property changes got pushed through, got actually rammed through. So negative gearing and capital gains tax stuff, bang, got through.
Surprise, surprise.
And then luckily for the Labor Party, they also got it through by making a deal with the Greens on SMSFs as well, which I think is going to piss off a lot of people.
What do the Greens have to do with the SMSF? Like, I don't understand that. Like, what's that story?
I think their view is the SMSFs, people are too rich, or they have a lot of money in their SMSF.
People are too rich. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, they're thinking more of the baby boomers. They have big SMSF funds.
Right.
And I think on top of that as well, they were saying there's only 4,000 residential properties bought via SMSF last year, which is incorrect. Only 4,000. There's
nowhere near. There's a lot more than that.
There's a lot more than that. Because that's what people are actively using as a driver to get into the market. They're using an SMSF to purchase a residential property for their retirement.
So they lied.
I think they're lying because I don't think it's 4,000. It could be 4,000.
How many people in Australia? 27 million? There's no way there was only 4,000 properties purchased.
That's what I thought. I was like, 4,000 properties, that's like, if you look down on a weekly basis, you're like, fuck, maybe like 100 properties or 150 properties in a whole week purchased by SMSFs, residential in the whole of Australia per week. I think there's more than that.
So what does that mean for like young Australians? Because obviously, like, I opened an SMSF a couple years ago. I've obviously done some investing with it. Was looking to buy, property, but now you can't borrow out of your SMSF anymore. Is that the case even if you had one set up?
So if you had one set up, everything is grandfathered.
Okay.
So the rich people always win, as they say.
Right.
Because all those rules have just rolled over. You still get all the benefits of the SMSF. It's just for new purchases.
New purchases. Yep. So if I wanted to buy a house in a couple of weeks' time, I wouldn't be able to borrow money. That's
correct. So they have given, it's going to be, they're saying it's a 45-day window from Royal Assent. Royal Assent, which is basically the stamp, it's a law, is going to come through probably the beginning or the mid of July. So from that day, you've got 45 days. So essentially, you've got 2 months. You've got 2 months to purchase something in residential in an SMSF.
Yeah, it's a bit of a risk, isn't it? Because you can imagine a lot of people may have been thinking about doing it, and they're probably going to rush now to the front door to get it done. SMSF take like 3 months to get done, don't they? Mine took a while.
It just depends. It takes a few weeks to set up, but usually the way that contracts work, it's the date the contract is signed, not settlement. So technically, you could sign something, set up an SMSF in 2 weeks, and just sign it. And even though it doesn't settle for 3 months, just slip in.
Yeah.
So I think I've actually seen a lot of buyers agents promoting it on Facebook, saying you've got 45 days, come see us now.
Trying to get as much business as possible. But it's a bit dangerous, isn't it? Because then you're rushing into the market, you might make a bit of a bad decision around the property, borrow too much money.
This is true.
Interest rates are changing.
And I think, especially with all the new rules that have gone through and have passed, it's not so much buying now, it's the person that's going to buy it next. That's the thing. So like this negative gearing to new properties, new residential properties, fine. As an investor, you and I can go purchase a new property, get it negatively geared, Great. But then when you go sell that property to somebody, to the next person, it's going to be second-hand. Then they won't get the benefits. So all of a sudden now you've got a second-hand market that no one knows about. Similar like the Teslas, right? The Teslas, they came out, they're like 100 grand. Now in the second-hand market, 2 years later, they're worth half
as much.
You know?
Yeah, wow. So how do you get rich in Australia? It's a good question.
You got to work hard.
Yeah.
But then you pay a lot of tax, you know?
You got to work hard and you got to pay a lot of tax, and you just work hard until you get to 67 years old, and then you get a super that's fucking shit, and then you basically live at home off $250 pension a fortnight.
Yeah, that's if they don't touch that by the time we get
Well, they have, because my old man, who actually has land up in Kempsey, I spoke to him the other day, and they took his pension from $750 down to $500 a fortnight because he has acreage.
Yes.
So they said to him, you have the potential to make an income off your land. We're going to reduce your pension.
Which is stupid as well.
Which is fucking stupid, because like, as many people who have land know, in order to make money off your land, you need to spend money. Like, he would have to build fences and all that sort of stuff to do whatever. It'd cost him 50, 60 grand to get done, right? And he hasn't been making much money off his land. Like, there's a few little things here and there, but like, it's nothing. You know, and like, that's a lot of money, like 750 down to 500.
But what they're doing, they're forcing people to sort of downsize and to sell down. You know, it also happens with rezoning. So you can see, you know, in the west, northwest, you had big farm areas that got rezoned, and now all of a sudden it's like 10,000 or it's like $10 million a hectare, whatever it is, 5 million, 10 million a hectare. But what happens is the government will then push up the council rates to reflect the new land value, and because the land value is a lot higher, the rates go up, and naturally it forces people to sell because their rates have gone from 2 grand a year to like 50 grand a year.
They're just pricing people out.
And it's a way that the government uses that land revaluation model to push people out, because, you know, especially, you know, the older generations that have had all this farming land for so long, yeah, it could be worth 10 mil, but now all of a sudden the rates have gone up, you have to pay this additional cost. They don't know, they haven't got much choice but to sell.
Yeah, and they're forced to sell for a price that, you know, it probably isn't worth, or a bit less than what they'd expect.
Look, depends. Some people are making a mozza.
Yeah.
Some people are not. It just depends. It just depends where it is.
What's the purpose of all that? Like, why do the government do it?
Well, I think it's part of the property system.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, everything is based on land values. The rates that you pay at home is based on the land valuation. Every 3 years they do it. So theoretically, it has to go up in order for them to collect more tax revenue, or
more tax.
Money.
Yeah.
To get
more tax.
Yeah.
Basically, everything leads to more tax.
Yeah. Well, and I think I said this concept to you before. I was reading somewhere that they said that CPI, which is inflation, is actually a model to keep poor people working.
Yeah.
You know, which I thought was crazy when I heard this theory. But they said that, you know, say you're earning 100 grand a year and your salary never went up. Why would you work any harder? Why would you even work there?
Yeah.
You know, like you'd leave. So that's why inflation sort of baked into each yearly pay rise to get people earning more and more.
Yeah.
People earn more and more, they get taxed more and more, and that's the way it goes.
And just devalue your currency that you're saving.
In a way, yeah.
Really. Anyway.
Enough of the doom and gloom.
Yeah,
there's plenty of it.
There's a little bit more, well, not doom and gloom, but I saw some really interesting stuff from One Nation and Gina Reinhardt.
Oh, yes.
Talking about selling off the Northern Territory.
The whole of the Northern Territory?
Or selling off land to Israel to develop drones. Yeah.
Well, look, there's a lot of resources in the NT, which a lot of people don't know about. I think there's a lot of, it's very similar to WA. It's a lot of iron ore. I think there's a lot of uranium as well. Yeah. Because you can even see the land, like, it's just red. You know? It's full of something.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just interesting, like, it just sounds like we're just selling out, collecting cash.
Well, Gina probably owns most of it.
She does, yeah, she does.
The other bit.
Yeah. And the other news is Karl Stefanovic.
Man, that was big.
That was big. Remember, I said it, I think a few podcasts ago, I actually said it wouldn't surprise me if he loses his job. Here we are.
And it blows my mind. He just had a podcast. Like, he didn't agree with the guy. He wasn't pushing the guy. Somebody's come onto his podcast, like, you're coming here, or I'm coming to you, and we're just speaking. Like no one's saying that you're right or you're wrong, and all of a sudden Channel 9.
It's really interesting because I think he actually did the right thing. From what I understand, he actually spoke to Channel 9 and told him that he's going to do his own podcast and all that sort of stuff.
Yes, yes.
And they allowed him to do it. And then it was obviously the Tommy Robinson podcast.
It was the person he was interviewing.
Tipped him over the edge. Yeah, which is interesting. I mean, it just goes to show how much the media like to push a certain story. And I guess if someone like Carl is pushing a story they don't want, well, then let's see you later.
But was he really pushing a story? He was just interviewing.
Well, I guess he was sharing it. He wasn't pushing it. I haven't seen the whole thing. Not a big fan of Tommy Robinson's, but yeah, it gave him a platform, I guess, in the Australian media to talk. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty big. Him losing his job. He was there for 25 years.
Yeah, I saw him, like, you know, they do like a montage of his whole life when he was young, and now it's like I thought it would be a bit more controversial than that to get rid of Carl. You know, it's like a big name as well. I wonder if
this could be a controversial thing to say, but why not say it? I wonder if it's done on purpose.
Well, that's what Twitter's talking about, because he wanted to get out of his Channel 9 contract. This would have been the perfect out, you know, where they both sort of agreed to disagree. I'm sure it's still going to go through the contract stuff, like with what's the other one? The other radio hosts who are going through it now.
Oh, Kyle Sandilands.
Yeah.
And that happened as well. Yeah. Fuck.
And he settled for 15 mil.
He did.
Yeah.
Kyle did.
Kyle, yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting because, I mean, Pauline Hanson's a big friend of both of theirs, it seems. Like, she shared... Anyway, as I was saying, she shared his podcast as soon as it got cancelled.
Yeah, look, it's definitely politics getting...
Yeah, that's what I mean, like
playing out. Because, like, you've got Gina Reinhardt, you've got more sort of the right of...
James Packer as well.
Yeah, all starting to push this agenda.
Yeah. And pushing that One Nation vote.
Pushing it, and I think, she said a few comments this week which probably didn't do her any favours.
No.
Like the monoculture, I think that one was probably the wrong...
I didn't hear that. What did she say?
You know, we should all just be one culture, which is fair enough. And then she was saying...
one culture as in, like, one religion, or, like...
Yeah.
Is that what she's saying?
She's saying that people shouldn't even speak their own language at home.
Really?
Stuff like that.
Wow. That's pretty big.
It's pretty big. It's a bit too far.
A multicultural country. I mean, you and I both come from a European background, like...
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know? So I think, to say things where in your own house you can only speak your own, English, which is fine, but you should be able to speak other languages if you want to.
A bit of a Trump, eh?
Yeah, well, I think she's trying to be, or maybe it got to her head. I don't know.
Who knows? Guess we'll find out. But in other news, we got the Iran-US peace deal making headlines again.
Well, on Friday afternoon, American time, it happened, but then they decided to purposely hold the news till after the market closed.
It was on Sunday?
On Friday night.
Friday night.
It's Saturday morning here. And it's like, and now all of a sudden the markets are about to open here tonight, and the peace deal is back on.
Is it back on now, is it?
Apparently it's back on.
So last thing, well, it's still on, but there's obviously been missiles launched against both the US in Bahrain and then in Iran. So, like, it's really interesting. I mean, it's terrible but interesting at the same time. Like, the peace deal narrative has been thrown around so many times, and we've just seen the market just take off on the back of it.
Yeah. Well, I think as well what it is, because in Congress, and I was reading this on the weekend, that they've only got 60 days of the president to go to war before they need to get approval from Congress. So I think it could be a ploy as well, not to call it a war, and just to stay there to be ready just in case, so they don't have to go to Congress.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because it's a 60-day peace deal as well, which is very coincidental to the amount of time they need before they need to go to Congress.
Oh, is this to get approval to actually go back into war?
To go back into war,
yeah. Yeah, because I saw something like them passing something where Trump needed to ask for permission or whatever.
Yeah.
But before he didn't have to. Is that right?
Well, before he didn't need to, up until day 60th.
Yeah, okay.
The 60th day. Then after that, they have to go to Congress to say, hey, we need to approve the ongoing stuff, because there's a lot of money going out, a lot of cash. So that's where it's at. It's like, are they at war? Doesn't sound like it. the market doesn't look like we're at war.
And the Strait's open.
The Strait's open.
Oil's dropped.
Yeah, oil's cheap as now.
Yeah.
You know, I think over the next few weeks we're going to see $1.20, $1.30.
Well, we're seeing $1.37 today.
Yep.
Yeah, which is crazy. We've got the fuel excise that finishes obviously at the end of this month.
Yep.
Yeah, did they push it to the end of August? I saw something about August.
That they were supposed to put it up, I think it's about 32 cents.
Yeah.
And now they're going to do
16.
16. Or one or 2 months of 16 cents.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. What do you think happens with the markets today?
I think the markets have one more big push to go up. I think the AI trade is still going to happen because the AI companies are still producing monster profits in the US. I think for that reason, the market has to continue to go up. And you have midterms elections coming in about 2 or 3 months' time. Trump is going to want, you know, oil to be down or fuel to be down in the US, like $2 a gallon for sure. That's what he's going to want. If he doesn't, he's going to get absolutely crushed in the midterms.
Yeah, he's going to need the economy to be absolutely pumping by midterms.
Midterms, which is the first week of November.
It's the first week of November. So those midterm elections, are they, because I'm not too sure, I don't really know too much about them. So is that for Trump to stay in presidency? Or
no, so he will stay, he's the president up until 2028, which is the 4-year term.
Yeah.
But he's got the House and he's got the Senate.
I see. And they've got both at the moment.
At the moment, they have both.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. So that's why they've got the presidency, they've got both those houses. Laws and stuff just get pushed through.
Smashed through.
You know, just like what's happening here in Labor.
Yeah.
You know, Albanese won with the landslide.
Yeah.
They've got all the seats.
So they get things through really quickly. Yeah.
But the moment where it switches the other way, where it's, you know, they've got one, not the other, or they have both houses, nothing's going to get pushed through.
I see. So he obviously really wants to win it.
Well, he wants to win it, otherwise he's a dead duck in water. You know, if he loses one of the houses, then he's just going to sit there. Like nothing's going to get passed. He won't be able to do anything. Yeah. And it just takes a few Republicans to switch to the other side and to completely block things completely.
Yeah. Yeah, fascinating. And we've got some pretty big news in the crypto space as well. Bitcoin's come down below 60,000 US.
Getting smashed.
So about 58, which we could see probably it shift down even lower. XRP is down to like $1.53. So I think it's down like 60% since its highs about 12 months ago. So there's a lot of fear in the crypto space at the moment. But at the same time, there's a lot of big things happening for the crypto space as well. So there's a fair bit of news around like XRP integrating with the African payment systems. So they've basically they've had the foundations laid down in all the banks in Africa, and they've started transacting with the XRP ledger.
Oh wow! I think everyone's underestimating Africa because it's got a lot of resources. Yeah, it's a lot of resources, and I know the Chinese have been going there for a long time. They're trying to establish their roots. The Americans are there too. The Europeans are there, but there's a lot of resources in Africa, and I think it makes the next logical step. Yeah, you know, because Africa's not as advanced, let's say, like Australia or like the US or Europe, and naturally everyone's going to go to it.
Yeah, and I think it's like obviously a bit of a testing ground at the moment, just to see how well, the crypto network works as a payment system. And yeah, I mean, they're doing transactions in the tens of billions of dollars in 3 to 5 seconds.
Wow.
You know, and all this is happening now whilst, he's got the World Cup on and all these things. And yeah, I don't think anyone's seeing it.
No one's watching.
No one's watching it because it's all there. Like it's all online. If you look it up, XRP and African banking systems and all that stuff, like you Google it, it'll come up. So and then the Clarity Act, the final vote is in New York on the 17th of July. So
it's all happening.
We could see some serious movement. Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, well, I think at the moment internationally as well, like we've got a few things going on in Europe with Russia. Russia and Ukraine look like they're still going at it. You probably saw the oil refinery blow up.
Another one.
Yeah, which looked massive.
It was huge. They had the roof full came off it into the air.
Yeah.
And there was like drones flying over highways and stuff, and like Russian military just like shooting at it in the middle of the street in Moscow. Civilians running everywhere.
It's crazy times.
That's crazy. Like, yeah, like the Russia-Ukraine war is just at an all-time fucking peak. Like,
and no one's talking about it.
No, it's not on the news at all.
No.
Like, you've got to really look online, or I don't know if you're following the right social pages, you'll see it. But like, it's literally buried in the news. Like, I haven't heard of Ukraine, Russia on mainstream news in probably over a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, like, it's nothing, and it's massive.
Well, everyone's watching Iran. You know, Iran. Like, there's talks there that Iran's going to go nuclear as well. There are talks there that they're going to start tolling all the ships that go through, and the peace deal is not over. And it doesn't look like anything is solved.
No, nothing's solved.
You know, you've got like, and this is what I don't get. It's like we're talking about peace, we're talking about all these deals, but it looks like there's no deal.
No.
You know, it just looks like it's all talk.
It's all bullshit, for sure. And then the unfortunate news of, you see the earthquakes in Venezuela?
They were heavy.
And I think there was one in Japan as well, and one in the Philippines. These earthquakes, man.
But the one in Venezuela
Was terrible.
was terrible, and plus, you know, the buildings weren't that strong there, and they reckon there's like 70, 80, 100,000 people still not accounted for.
100,000. I saw it was 10,000 the other day, so it's obviously increased.
It's increased because like you've just got buildings that have just
Man,
squished.
that's terrible, eh? Imagine like an earthquake happening here in Sydney, in the city. The buildings just falling down. That's literally what happened.
Yeah, exactly. You got all these apartments with people that they're not contactable as well, and like in all the countries are trying to get in, but it takes time to establish all these things.
Yeah.
You know, getting planes and people and resources. So,
I wonder if Trump will take advantage of it.
oh, America's already there.
Yeah.
You know, militarily. So, you know, I'm sure everyone's trying to help out.
Yeah.
It's too early.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Anyway, you're off to Fiji, maybe. Maybe.
We'll see.
See?
We'll see.
Yeah.
But it's a new financial year tomorrow.
Yeah,
or the day
tomorrow.
after.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna spend anything to save money on tax, you've got a day to do it.
Do it now. Keep the receipts, eh? Keep those receipts, baby. All right, man. See you next time.
Beautiful. Catch ya.